Robinson. They call me Jay.
This is Michael Jeffrey. They call me Mike Jeff.
This is Logan Barnes, and they call me Pounds.
This is Vince Smith, and they call me Vinny.
And this is The Last Dab.
We back. The Last Dab podcast.
We in the studio. No, we don't have a new member. I just got back and I'm tan. We didn't get a new guy. It's me
Looking
still.
like a whole new man, dude.
I know.
You looking like Larry the Lobster whenever he was all tan and leather.
He was all lathered up, looking good. I just finally got a fucking tan once in my life. Thank God.
Hey, a little bit more sun. You're gonna reach me and then Zoe. You know,
I can
work your
move
way
on.
up.
It might take you a minute, you know.
Yeah.
So we got Zoe back up in this piece. What up, Zoe?
What up? What
How
up?
you doing, man?
Last time you were on was were you here?
He was on video.
Was I on video?
There we go. So
okay.
here we go. Second
Nice,
time
yeah.
up in the studio. Jared's here for real, for real.
In the building, in the flesh.
In the flesh. Wait.
Did we?
I think it's
I think it's about to storm.
Yeah, there's some thunder. We got some lightning.
I knew there'd be more.
Need to have that as the sound clip.
Yeah.
I could. I mean, we really could.
We need to record a good
back
one.
there.
So what you been up to, Zoe?
Fill us in, Zoe. Fill us in.
A little bit of this and a little bit of that. You know, I've been hanging out with my DJ Indy. He's been taking me to some dope spots. I've been hyping up some really big crowds. I feel like I put my all into dancing, and it's gotten me so far at this point. And it was just work that happened probably 2 years ago when I met my DJ, and he's been putting my name out there.
What's DJ? What is it?
DJ Indy with an E.
Okay.
DJ Indy. I like that.
That is my DJ. He is one of the best. Always keeps me in the loop, lets me hype up the crowds. Nothing but respect. And every place that we go to, there's always respect when we get there and when we leave.
So how'd you guys meet?
It's funny because we met here. Believe it or not, we met it at the bar here, and he saw me hyping up the crowd, and you know I was thinking about it. You know I was like, man, I don't know if anybody really likes me dancing. And then he comes up to me after his gig and it's like, hey G, I really like your energy. You got some talent. He's like, you can roll with me anywhere. He's like, I appreciate you coming to. And this was his second gig when he told me this. From that point on, it's like the rest is history. Like we've been cool ever since.
How long ago was this?
This was about 2 years ago.
Okay, about 2 years ago.
A little bit after COVID, you know, when everybody was kind of still scared to go out.
Scared, but kind of lighten up a little bit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Getting that ability to, and that was the best time too, bro. When like everyone was starting to go out and be like, all right, we can be ourselves again.
Right.
Not be all fucking pent up in the crib.
Mm-hmm. It's a little sketchy though too, a little bit.
It did feel sketchy.
I'm low key germaphobe sometimes, so I was like, just imagining it's everywhere. Like
Yeah.
I'm going in there, it's everywhere. But that's what's up, dude. Like shit, and that's like, what a cool way to one express yourself, and two, like just like that's even exercise. You know what I mean? And on top of that, like bringing positive energy and just boosting the energy. Like that definitely that says something about, your character. You're a very charismatic guy, So that's what's up, man.
So is he more like dance music? Like describe his DJ style. I want to, you know what I mean?
The best thing about DJ Indy is that he's versatile. Like he always doesn't have to have the same mix. The best thing about him is he never plays the same song twice. So, if he played it, he's not going to be like, hey, I'm going to play it later. But he's got a hip-hop rap style, but he also goes back into the 90s, gets some R&B and some hip-hop mixed in there. And he's so good at figuring out what the crowd wants to hear or what they're into or what kind of mood that they're in. I've seen him hype up some of the biggest crowds. I'm talking about, there was one place we went that had a dance floor that basically was 3 floors, and that it was elbow to elbow, and I was in there, and he thought I got lost. He thought I left. I was like, nah, man, I'm in the crowd. Next thing you know, I'm in the crowd. We all kicking it. Everybody's in the crowd dapping me up, hyping me up. Like, hey, we mess with you. And I was like, hey, that's my DJ up there. I ain't have a chance to go up there and, dap him up when everybody was shouting me out. But he made sure on the next time he was up there, he was like, hey, G, you need to come up here on the stage. You need to let these people know who you is. And he made sure he gave me a shout out. So I always appreciate him. I just feel like that dancing was just that next channel for me. It makes me want to do content now where I love doing TikToks. And it just becomes so fun when I thought it was just something, I can do in my spare time.
Yeah.
Now you can, it's a career, bro. Like self-expression is a career. You know what I mean? And whether people want to monetize it or not, you know what I mean? You can still live your life and self-express yourself doing other things as well. Like, people always have that normal job or like backup plan. Fuck that. You know what I mean? Like, we can self-express ourselves in any way, and that's living out our dreams, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when you're with your DJ, like, so are you hyping up and dancing as well? Okay, I fuck with that. You know what I mean? Like, you got the hype man, but then someone's like, what is this, just his hype man? And then he just hits the floor and starts fucking dancing.
Yeah.
That's cool as fuck.
So did you have, what got you into dancing, or like, you know what I mean? You just,
believe it or not,
That's a good question.
I used to like Michael Jackson. I saw some of his videos, and I was like, maybe I could kind of do that. But then I saw Chris Brown and Yo, and I was like, maybe that's a way for me to connect those steps. Next thing you know, I'm in the mirror trying to Chris Brown Yo choreograph the whole time. And it got to the point where I got so good at it in the mirror, I was like, you know what, I got to try this out. So next thing you know, I think we had a school dance. This is back when I was in like 7th or 8th grade. I busted out those moves and people were just like, you really learned that by yourself. I was like, I watched that Chris Brown Yo video. I got a lot of respect from that people.
Self-taught. Yeah. Everyone has influencers though. Don't mind that. That's Cody fucking choking in the fucking background. I can only cut out so much. So what's the future looking like with you and DJ Indy? Like, obviously he's probably looking to get across the country. Like, what's planned for you guys? You know what I mean? Are you like all with it, just rolling? You know what I mean? Like, wherever it goes, you going?
For me, we go out of town sometimes. We always try new places. It's funny because my DJ weddings outside of town, and they explain how much they love it. And I'll even be somewhere and he's not there, and I'll be like, hey, I'm in a whole nother state, but this the DJ, and he's actually pretty good at it. I kind of feel like it's kind of cool because it kind of gives the DJ, a different perspective, rather than his DJ style, their DJ style, or how it goes. But I'm willing to pop up anywhere my DJ is at, and he knows that. He always tells me beforehand where his gigs are, but Zoe's
ready to go. Tell me when to go.
Zoe's ready to go.
Zoe's ready to go. Make that your shirt or something out there. Zoe's ready to go, man.
Zoe's ready to go.
I already got the rebrand ready. It's TurnUp Zoee, but with 2 E's though.
Okay, TurnUp Zoee. What you said you had? Was it TikTok content? You said, what was your? Did you want your name tag on that, or
It's at TurnUp Zoee with it's 2 E's instead of 1 E. I felt like that was more unique. Nobody really had it, and it kind of embodies me because I'm always ready to go that next step, that next letter.
Yeah,
I'm just ready
we'll throw
to
that
go.
in the bio and everything.
It's like taking
y'all.
2 E's too.
I want the 2 E's.
that is what's up.
What are you that?
Yeah, sure.
Shout out DJ Indy.
Right, yeah. Be looking out for DJ Indy. Apparently, this is the spot to go. You know what I mean? Like, you want to have a good time. Like, yeah. So, shit. You got to check that shit out for yourself.
You got to come see me. I love performing in these big crowds, man. It's the right amount of energy. And I've had my DJ tell me, hey, G, I feed off your energy because you can kind of vibe with the dance floor and kind of see how hyped they are if you need to hype them up.
A little more personal with the crowd because a DJ can only do so much. You know what I mean? You got someone that can actually go in there. You're almost like crowd working. You know what I mean? Like, I like what you said. Like, he's gonna feed off your energy because you're there with the crowd. You're gonna actually interact with them a little bit more. You know what I mean? Get them to the energy that the DJ needs to perform his best. Because there's no DJ who's like, you know what I mean, doing slow jams. I mean, yes, but no. You know what I mean? Like, a DJ needs that fucking energy.
Right.
A DJ needs that hype.
Yeah. It's just like the cherry. It's really like a cherry on top, like a little garnish to it. You know what I mean? Just to get things sizzling. You know what I mean? So it's like, but energy, man. Just think how much we all transfer energy.
That's my energy.
Yeah. So I wanted to talk a little bit about some music. That rapper Lil Tay, is that how you pronounce it?
Lil TJ.
TJ? Okay.
Yeah, Lil TJ.
Okay, so he just passed away right? Or did he pass away, or was it?
He was
either got
shot and he was in critical condition and they were doing emergency surgery on him.
Okay, so they don't know yet if it's...
Damn, that's fucked up.
Unconscious. Oh.
So this was 3 days ago.
Mm-hmm. It was huge because a lot of people like his music and he's collabed with a lot of great people.
Or maybe might be paralyzed. I did read that he hadn't felt his he'd only felt his legs like one time after that. I guess he couldn't like move him.
So after he got shot, it was like, that's so fucked up. I feel like that just happens. Like, there used to be a separation. And I was watching a lot of like comedy when I was on vacation, a lot of stand-up, you know, classics. And I can't remember who it was, but he was talking about, you know, gangster rap, how it's an oxymoron. The first thing about being a gangster is stay silent. Keep your fucking mouth shut. You know what I mean? But you're out here
showing
making
guns
straight-
and videos, the ones that you're
like,
not supposed to have to get you.
I don't know if you guys are really into No Jumper, but there's a guy on there named Sharp. He used to be a pimp, but he's always like, man, when I was in the game, I didn't talk about anything. Like, no one knew what my moves were. Like, no one knew how much money I had. No one knew like where I was at. Like shit like that. I don't know. He's like, it was just different time period when I was in the game than, I guess. Then our generation now, it's all about showing out.
all
and
about
clout
showing
and
all of
everything,
it. Yeah. Over exaggerating.
That's how motherfuckers get robbed and shot and killed and shit like that. Like,
And
Flexing on these social media profiles when they ain't really got to do all that.
But it's crazy though too, because like, I don't know, like there's been a problem. Like, maybe it's the whole like idea of like the lifestyle, because like I'm just thinking about like Nipsey, because like
Ooh,
I,
true.
you
He's
know what I
trying to
mean?
do
Like, I
right.
don't think he's like a flashy, but you know what I mean? But I guess what you're saying is that
Hip hop rap is a braggadocious style in the sense of, but
Right.
he wasn't like that in the sense of like, you know, look what I got and you're nothing. You know,
Right.
Nip was giving back to the community.
Yeah,
He
like,
was
look how we can
showing,
grow.
yeah, he was showing people what you can get from that lifestyle, but he was also showing you like, this isn't really everything that you think it is.
Yeah.
This isn't what you want. You know what I mean?
But it sucks to see, like, dude, it just sucks, like, the talent that's gone due to that. Like, with the drug thing, like, that's one thing. But, like, for lives to be taken, like, Tupac's life was taken, you know, Biggie's life was taken.
You said Nip.
Yeah,
just
Nip.
seen TJ.
Pretty sure Mac Dre. All kinds, though. Like, I can't, there's all
who was
kinds.
the one that hit, that was close to M when he rapped about that in
Proof. Yeah.
Proof, okay.
Oh, yeah.
He was a great innovator too.
Yeah, Eminem's completely, his career would have been completely different.
Without,
If Proof had stayed alive. Like, it's crazy to think about Eminem's career now. Like, you know, a lot of people compare him to like Elvis and shit. You know what I mean? Like, and you see some people that were, you know, doing rock and roll or whatnot when Elvis was around. You know, you know, black people, bro. Like they've been doing all of that since way before Elvis, and then it was like you got
B.B.
this.
King was the OG, wasn't he? Like on
Yeah.
the guitar, one of them.
So it's like Eminem is this rap Elvis, and to see him still be at this platform is like it's crazy. But I almost feel like if Proof was still alive, I don't think he would be. I think he damn near would be done. You know what I mean?
So?
I really do. Like he almost like that person to tell you like, bro, you've done enough.
Yeah.
Like not in a disrespectful way, but like
To kind of have that.
closure.
Yeah.
I know you guys say it a lot. You can only say the same thing so many times. Like he's done said everything that needs to be said.
No doubt.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt.
He don't need to, like you say, doesn't need to prove himself again and again. Yeah.
And proof
Yeah,
was
proof.
right there,
Damn.
but then it went away.
But that shit sucks too, man. I couldn't imagine. Falon Johnson, fucking T.I.'s homie.
He got shot and killed.
That was a while back ago, but that's what tore T.I. up for a while. T.I. was kind of backed off. He really did back off a lot from everything, and like, but to be in the spotlight and to have like that money and to show it off like it's something, and then know that that's not even real. Like that's not even real. Like, you know what I mean? Like no one's literally just like, I mean, people are rich, but you know what I mean? Like, but as far as like the image almost, and I feel like that in your head, like you have what you want around you, but like there's like more meaning, you know what I mean? And to have someone that close to you, you know, gone, like it's crazy to just because it's hard to trust people and like, especially when you get big and get all these connections, all these, and that's what's sad for the ones that did OD, because they had connections to, you know, all kinds of drugs and all that. And it's kind of like, it's a blessing, but it's a curse type deal. You know, it's really, you got to be strong minded, I guess, when you go to this.
You just like, the more we grow up, the more we see like the fame part of it is just not worth it, and I don't think that's gonna ever go away. I think that's just gonna keep getting worse and worse and worse. They got paparazzi outside of their fucking door. I mean, we're at the point now where we're like feeling bad for famous people.
I know, yeah.
Like, I mean, that is kind of
fucked up. Can't even go out to go get groceries or something.
I don't know. I've thought about, obviously, like, what if this ever pops off, and like, how would you deal with that level of fame? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like even like trying to go to the grocery store and shit like that. Like I've thought about like Pat McAfee talks about trying to go out in public and stuff and just have a good time with his friends, and like you really can't, because like you got people coming up to you, pictures, autographs. Like when they fly places, people know what flights they're on, and they'll stand outside like their office and shit like that and ask for autographs and pictures.
Imagine,
but they're not asking for like genuine shit. They're taking that shit and going to sell it. Like if it's a fan, like that's cool. But like he's talking about like people, like, hey, sign this, and then 30 other things so I can go fucking sell. Like you're a piece of shit. You know what I mean?
Tell the difference between the two.
I don't know.
Imagine just being like you're John Jones walking down the street and just all kinds of, you know what I mean? Like he's just a wild individual regardless. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, Connor. Think about Connor. That level of fame.
And they're at this. They're doing what they're doing. So okay, he's a fighter. So someone, and there's a lot of people are just, is it pettiness? It's like they want to challenge if like they're actually that. You know what I mean? You got rappers that walk around, someone's like, oh, I'll fuck battle rap you. It's like, bro, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like,
those are the ones who touch the stove, like knowing that it's hot.
That
and
it's
just
hot.
How
long can I keep my hand on the stove type
Right.
shit? Like, what are you doing? You're talking shit to a fucking fighter,
UFC
bro.
fighter,
What are you
like-
doing, bro? And then they're the victim.
Right.
And it's the way that, you know, the media's set up and how they use people that are, you know, perspective.
Like
Angles, yeah. And that's fucked up too. You can't do anything right at that level. You know what I mean?
Right.
There's always something bad that.
And that's what, people are looking for. This guy is not, you know, what everybody thinks he is or whatever.
Yeah.
And like with some of those people, they're not. You know what I mean? But like look at Johnny Depp's case. Like in his case, like, or we don't even know, but like he seems like he did all right. But like you could just pin it on somebody like that. You know what I mean? Like how Amber Heard was about to pin it on him that he was like abusive or whatever.
That lost him like all of these movie roles and shit.
It's like it's all Game of Thrones out here.
Speaking of like
Kinda is.
that, I guess we can go into the Deshaun Watson like
break that down, yeah.
where he just so like we talked about last episode, there was like 26 allegations. He's apparently settled 24 out of the 26. So settled means that you paid him off so he didn't have to go to court, pretty much.
Shit
So
got-
it means
that
like
shit
different
got
than what it used to
settled.
be. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it wasn't like a.
That shit got
It
settled.
wasn't like a big.
But like, what settle can mean? If a girl's going to accept money,
Oh yeah, that's what
then
I'm
that
saying.
means it's not exactly what you're charging the person
True,
for.
true.
Think about it.
True.
You know what I mean? Like if I was saying that you murdered someone, and then you were like, "Hey, bro, here's like $1 million," and I'm like, well, "Shit, I think
guess
I'll
you
take
did.
it."
I guess you
didn't murder anyone.
I didn't just see you chop him up and put him in a.
But
Because
that's
that
what I'm saying.
really
It still paints him in a bad picture that he like paid off these.
Right.
So now the NFL is considering trying to suspend him for a whole year, and the NFLPA, which is the
Bro, the
Players
NFL is a
Association.
fucking high school, bro. They act like a
high
fucking
school.
high school.
Roger, you know how
You're
much
gonna
money
suspend
Roger
him.
Goodell makes? He makes like a base salary of like $750,000. His bonuses were over $60 million.
How is that a bonus? How is your bonus like 8,000 times your base salary? I worked really hard.
I don't know.
That's wild.
But anyway, so
Wait, how many motherfucking allegations?
Allegations.
26.
I mean,
Hey,
So that's saying they said the New York Times article, I guess that came out, said he had 66 massage therapists in the past like 18 months. Or
my
something
man
like
was
that.
hitting massage therapists near me and expanded the miles to like 60 miles. He's like, I'm doing
Well, the
that
Texans
one
were
and
giving
that
him like NDAs, you know, like non-disclosure agreements and stuff like that to use. Like, so like they give players like if they're having multiple, like they have women in relationships, they'll give them NDAs. So like, hey, you can't sue me if something
It's
like.
smart though. I mean,
But-
honestly,
But are they like?
Have you heard of
are they-
the Clayton Kershaw situation? I'm pretty sure that's what is his name. It's a pitcher for the Dodgers. He was fucking around with this girl and having like rough sex and like
oh Lord.
punching her and shit.
Whoa.
And so now she's gone and fucking started pressing charges. But he was like, it was all
That's
consensual.
not funny.
all
I'm sorry,
consensual.
everybody.
I
That
don't-
is not
maybe it's
funny.
The
not.
jabs are consensual, but then he came in with the uppercut and she said,
But
nope.
then what? Gave her an NDA and was like, because that's what I was about to ask. Are they like trying to like threaten them with like you have to sign this NDA type deal, or are they like making it like an option?
I feel like I would use it as a safety.
I'm pretty sure he got
net.
suspended for a whole year.
Like you sign this thing that says like we are consensually doing
beforehand,
things.
you're
that
saying.
way you can't fucking say that.
Oh, okay, I read it wrong. My fault.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
But at the same time, I feel like I could see where it's
You know
like
what I
you
mean.
signed this motherfucker.
Oh, sorry. It wasn't Clayton Kershaw. It was Trevor Bauer.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Misspoke there. Sorry, Clayton Kershaw.
we did not mean that.
Trevor
You did
Bauer.
not punch your wife, Clayton Kershaw. You did
2
not.
years, 2 full seasons without pay. That's a long time.
Let's repeat it again. Trevor. boy, yeah.
Boy, yeah. Wow. Allegations, Pooh Shiesty.
Both very
That
good
one's hard.
pitchers, so that's.
We were talking about allegations and Pooh Shiesty, really.
Anyway,
Shiesty
I
got
guess
some.
like so she went to the police after their sexual encounter and like had like pictures of her like obviously bruises and shit like that. So it makes and he's like trying to go through text like, hey, look at
Punch me right here.
yeah, that's what like it just and then it makes it look bad that he's trying to defend him punching her like. But that's like if that's what she wants. I don't know. It's a gray area. Like,
It's a big gray area. It's just at that level, you gotta stay out of it.
yes, I know. Like yeah,
just gotta
you're
stay
when
out
you're
of it.
that guy. Like you can. I don't know. Yeah.
Go home.
Come on. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Anyway,
Watch a movie. I don't know.
have you guys seen the Prey trailer? You know what that is?
Yeah, we talked about
We did. We watched it last
Yeah,
episode.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
We talked about it.
I'm trying to think of what else was on my list. Did we talk about?
Zoe, you got anything super crazy on your mind?
What did y'all think about the Juice Wrld documentary versus XXXTentacion?
So there are okay. I haven't watched.
I've seen the Juice World. I did not see the other one though.
XXXTentacion one is rough to watch, but
Is it?
Cause like he appealed to a different audience when it came to hip hop and rap. And a lot of people who were like, you know, and I'll
Who's
even
he? Who we
admit
talking about?
XX.
Okay.
XXX
Okay.
Tentacion. I'll even admit when I first heard of him, like I was kind of like super skeptical and low key kind of hating. You know what I mean? I was like, I don't know if I fuck with this dude. But then the longer he was, you know, out and the like more interviews I watched, I was like, okay, this dude's cool. He's a real dude. I just don't like his music as much. And then, you know, after a while you start listening to shit and you're like, okay, actually he is telling it through the music. And maybe I just was like reading something on the image. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
kind of how what we just said. Like I had to actually allow myself to open up to what he's trying to tell me. And you know, it took a while, but then like also like seeing him do that. And I don't know if I like this, bro. The work, so much songs that come out after an artist dies that are on different people's projects. And it's like, are they doing that authentically or are they doing that just for a money grab?
Yeah. It's good to hear it though, you know what I mean?
Of course, you love to hear the workout, but like, what's actually going on?
I see what you're saying though.
You know what I mean?
Because those, like the Juice Wrld, like the edits, the animations that they do are sick. Like it's cool to see that shit. But I see what you're saying.
I mean, we
like,
had what,
someone just trying to ride off of.
We had like a whole Mac album after he died. You know what I mean?
That was partially finished, I believe.
Right.
I'm not sure if they what do they do with the money afterwards? So
that's kind of where I'm getting at. I'm like,
It's
who's getting
like
this money?
The Bob Ross thing, like everything goes to Bob Ross incorporation or whatever, but not his family or anything. And there's a big
dispute.
Yeah.
As there should be. You know what I mean? So it's like, who's banking off this dead person for how long? Right. It's like, where does the line cross where it's like, I mean, think about Bob Marley. Think about all these legends. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, how long can and that is a legend status. And, you know, there is a good side of that, but who's benefiting off of that for that
Selena
long?
Quintanilla, she's a Latina music singer.
Yep, I know you're talking
Same
about. Very
thing happened
popular.
to her. She actually died at a young age. Was killed by, I believe, I don't know if it was like a fan, but also someone that was like close who worked
a stan,
something like that.
A stan,
exactly. It was a stan. Yeah, and she got killed at an early age or whatever. But all that money. There you go. Quintanilla, sorry if I mispronounced it, but she was a big deal, because she would mix between Spanish and English and like kind of like play both parts, and it was more like one or the other kind of at the time, and she kind of made that crossover to where
I got you.
She sold out the Texas, what was that, like
Superdome or something?
yeah like that was a big deal. But it's just crazy because like now, like I don't think a lot of her stuff, you can't get a lot of her stuff, I think because her family owns it or whatever though, which is right, but I don't think actually,
how does she live on?
Actually, I'm sorry, she got married and I don't know, dude, it's weird. Something's weird there. Like I forget what the problem is, but like a lot of stuff is like low key and you can't see a lot of her merchandise because there's someone's controlling the, you know what I mean? Yeah. I think it might have went to her husband and not like his family or something like that. Like, but something crazy.
Out of the XX Tentacion and the Juice Wrld, which one did you like more?
I feel like the Juice Wrld one was more intuitive.
Okay.
I feel like the XX Tentacion was a lot of clips from like Twitter that he used to make. I felt like it was a lot of those clippy type videos because a lot of the times he didn't really film any of himself. If you notice, he's on camera. Right. So who knows how many clips he could have just created in the span of time. They just release them here and there. And were his friends really his friends, or did he get set up?
Was he the rapper that died in his tour bus? Like he was like recording himself? Like
no, he
I'm
went
thinking
to
of a different guy. Sorry.
XX Tentacion was the one that went to go get that bike, even though he already had 2 bikes at his house. He comes out of the bike shop and 2 guys come up each side, but they only shoot XX Tentacion that time, and the other guy just somehow miraculously makes it all the way out like he already knew it was finna happen.
His dude with him?
Yeah, that just somehow skirted this way, and the shooter went to that side and looked like he basically opened the door for him.
It was like, hey, I'm here, I'll be here with him, obviously, you know what I mean, let me go. You know, make it look like it's ran up on random rapper with his homie and his homie got away. So where can you watch this on?
Hulu.
Both of them are on Hulu?
HBO Max for Juice Wrld and Hulu for XXXTentacion.
Not to be like petty, I feel like I can already tell the difference of which one's better. But just production quality wise.
It does it's just heartbreaking though to watch, for at least for me to watch the Juice Wrld one, you know what I mean? It's just it's tough to watch, but it is like, I don't know, it's kind of like it's just like an eye opener. I feel like I don't know. I feel like he knew something, dude. Like, I feel like he knew something that, like, not. I think it's like he knows like what people go through or whatever, but it seems like he just fucking knew how to explain it. I can't even say it because I don't even understand it.
He was so personal. I mean, that's what Cudi is for me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then being able to, because there's another one like Juice Wrld, bro. Like, I'm not going to lie, bro. When I first listened and saw him, straight image, not me giving the time to actually check who the dude is out. Like, I was like, I don't like him. You know what I mean?
I admit to that too. Like, I didn't really like listen to him a whole lot, but I've listened to a lot more songs and like, dude, I fucks with his shit.
But then the interviews and him just talking about life and
learning
shit.
about him, and that's why, because I'm having people like hit me up about Pop Smoke too, like to get to know more about Pop Smoke too.
I promise.
But I gotta get over it. Like, I do have to open it, because if you don't,
we're going straight to Turn Up now. TurnUp Zoe's here.
I'll have to like look into his life, but because his music though, for me, I'm sorry, it's not catching me, but I'll see what he's about at least, because I can respect, because I was the same way. I was hating on that Derek White dude on the Celtics, and I didn't understand like what he's made, you know, what he's had to do to get to his spot. You can never just judge someone. And
the older we get, we actually are able to like pass that phase, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Do you guys look at past relationships like that? Like,
now
why
I
did
can,
I guess I should have handled that better.
Right, but now I'm
You know
not
what I mean?
feeling, I'm not like petty about it, because
No,
I'm not feeling angry
But
about it.
are we growing about it? Are we gonna not? We're gonna do something different the next time. You know what I mean? Have we learned from it? Is like that's getting those XP. That's getting that XP points, getting those experience points, bro. Like,
there's a whole point of it. Like you said, it
molds you.
It molds you. Yeah, that's the whole point of going through those things. And as we grow older, it's like, wow, like the whole perspective changes of who you are and what that situation did
how
for
you treat.
you.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
How you treat people too. Yeah.
But it's with going back to the Juice Wrld thing. He just had he had major talent. He was doing schooling for like law or something like that, and then just decided for a couple of years or something like that, and then just decided that he wanted to become a rapper, and then he just slays it and
changes the game.
Yeah, in a short amount of time with a whole bunch of content. You know what I mean? Like,
he has so much content out. There were so many freestyles on his Instagram Live. Like, he almost used to go Instagram Live all the time. And it's so dope now that people have saved those Instagram Live videos, so we got Juice afterwards. Because I remember all his Instagram Lives, and it's so crazy because in the documentary it's got a part with him and Herbo. And I was like, hey, I remember that. He was Instagram Live and that. Like, that's cool. Dope. You feel like you're living in the moment because you were...
It was alive, and wow, you're rewatching alive. Like, I don't know.
You remember you being
Inception,
there. It is kind of trippy, yeah. That's the thing about music and musicians and shit. It can make you, like, it makes you
time travel.
Yeah,
because bro,
like, time traveling.
We were talking about it. Electric Forest was going on this weekend, and Electric Forest is this like 4-day festival, and there's all kinds of different. It's like an EDM festival, but I mean, there's reggae, like jazz, all kinds of different stuff or whatever. But like, just when you're in that moment, and I envision being in that moment, I can almost get lost in like envisioning being there, just because it was like, oh my gosh, like it feels like just yesterday or whatever. And then it's like, I guess that's just the feel of that. But like, music definitely takes you like that too. You know what I mean? Like,
remembering the first time you listened to like an album or
yes,
something.
That's what I was saying. We talk about 2013 a lot. Like, I think about Wiz's albums or Cudi or a couple of Kendricks, J. Cole's 2014.
Trinidad James.
Yeah.
Vince didn't buy school lunch for a week to get ONIFC
Yeah.
on his.
That's an honest trade.
He was giving me like $20 a week for lunch. I was like, all right, this is going towards an iTunes card for the album.
That's back when iTunes was making fucking bank off people, bro.
There was no streaming services.
It's like, here's a song, you have to buy it.
Yep.
We're like, wait a minute. After a while, we were all like, wait a fucking minute.
We can't do that. We can do this.
Yeah.
We still give them a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah. But damn, we slapped that shit too right after that.
Oh, yeah.
Like
That shit still slaps. The plan.
so what I don't know, what do you think like with like their I don't know I want to bring it back to Juice Wrld again. What do you think like his like downfall was? I almost like personally like I feel like wasn't his girlfriend the plug or whatever? Doesn't he rap about that?
Allie was the plug.
He said,
He rapped about that.
She
And
seemed
that-
toxic. Man, that's what I see.
Shoot, in that documentary, you'll see it too. Like if you look left, you gonna see why. Yeah. And it's just I feel like it was the entourage that Juice carried is what enabled that. So you see so many times in the video, instead of his friend saying no, yeah, sure, I'll do it with you.
Yes,
let me get one. Do y'all want one?
That hurts. Yeah. That
But then
hurts
think about being in that position as being, the friend to someone that is huge, superstar status. Juice had a problem. Let's just be honest. You know what I mean? Addiction's huge. And at that level, you almost feel bigger than addiction. And I could only imagine what he felt like he could do. So it's like, even the friends around him, they may not have felt at the time like we're doing anything intentional to harm him. Maybe, I don't know exactly.
Can
but
you
like,
see parallels between him and like Eminem's or addiction back in like the early 2000s,
Yes.
mid 2000s?
yes.
If you listen to the latest Juice album, you'll hear that clip.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So like, you know what I mean? Like as your entourage, you got homies, you know what I mean? Like what are you supposed to do? Like, are you supposed to be the like babysitter almost? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
whoa, man, you've done too much. Or are you supposed to just kind of like,
I'm Juice Wrld, bitch.
Yeah. And you run the risk of him like, hey, I don't need that guy in my life.
and yeah, I mean, we don't know him personally, but like, you can't say that's that like rock and roll shit. I mean, bro, you either you're keeping up or you're going the fuck home. You know what I mean? Like, we're rock stars.
You see like movies
fuck you
like
mean?
The Dirt with Motley Crue, right? Yeah, it's just crazy. Like just the access.
Bro, have you
like-
ever seen the movie Rockstar with Mark Wahlberg?
Yes,
Dude,
that is a good movie. Jennifer
it's
Aniston.
very good.
in it.
I love that movie.
I didn't see that movie until like
Almost
later.
Famous. Have you ever seen that movie?
I have not. Seen
Put that on your list. Very good movie. 70s rock guy. This teenager ends up working for Rolling Stone. Like, he says he's like 21, like this big writer, but he's not. He's like this high school kid. Follows this rock band, gets on like tour with them.
Wow.
And they like take him for the ride of his life, pretty much. Pretty cool.
That's fucking dope.
It's a good movie.
I already forgot the name. What's it called?
Almost Famous.
I
wrote it on my hand.
As you wrote it, did you like forget? I saw you do that,
was
and I
the point.
immediately forgot.
Yeah.
Almost famous.
Pretty sure that's an Eminem
Has,
song too.
Already famous.
Jason Lee.
That was
Kay
on that,
Hudson. What's it is?
Recovery. Yeah.
We were just talking about it earlier.
Dang, Zoe this channel was in there too.
Oh, okay. I've seen this cover. Okay. I'm gonna
Yeah,
click
that
it
one.
next time.
We're watching it next time. Yeah, I've seen the cover too.
Very good movie.
Almost Famous. Check it out.
I love biopics.
So how can you? I'm not really familiar with Juice Wrld. Can you explain to me how what led to his death? I guess. Would you be able to do that, or would it? Is that? You know what I mean? I just don't know the.
Juice and
I just don't know the story.
Yeah,
of
I don't know
what-
either of
what
them, and I
happened,
feel like
guess.
Zoe, you probably know both.
I've been
I
trying to dive
know
into
both.
his music more.
Okay.
I feel like I know more about Juice Wrld, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna come back to Tentacion because I know a lot about him too.
Yeah.
But Juice is he's he's trying to rap his butt off as best as he can, because he wants to make it. Law school, that is one of the toughest things to go through, and he might have thought that his music was more important than going to law school. Maybe I'm gonna further myself more as a rapper than a lawyer. Maybe I can do more as a rapper than a lawyer. So when you put your full foot forward with Juice, you probably feel that. You probably feel like you're invincible. You probably feel like you can do whatever. There's been so many interviews that he's done where you can just tell he's just burnt out. And it's like, are they booking these because he's so big and they want to get some of that money because of how much exposure, how many places he's going per day?
People think that the artist gets all the money. Bro, these promoters and booking agents, bro, they are getting money. And like you said, Juice probably he had to go 100 miles per hour at all times. That's how he thought. Like, he had to do it and burn out.
Yeah, if you notice, so many times he has something in his hand. If it's not one thing, it's the other. If it's the other, it's not, and then he's trying to share it with the room. And it's so bad that none of his friends be like, hey, no, let's just chill. We relax, we kind of talk, we, chill it out. But I think what ultimately led to his demise is that he flew back with too much on his plane to even escape. And
wasn't there some type of he got caught? Like, didn't they pull up on him straight FBI type shit?
The FBI and all the cars already pulled up as soon as they landed because they knew that he was gonna land.
With drugs on him and shit.
Because they showed up 6 hours late to take off. So if you notice, either somebody's entourage set him up, or somehow whenever they got there, somebody already knew on the ground that they were gonna land. And he got caught, but I think it was a bunch of grams. Like it was huge bags. And then they found oxy and everything he normally takes, but it just said he took over his lethal limit. And his producer, Chris Long, his film director, said he left a whole ounce of lean, actually not an ounce, but a liter of lean. And then he went to go do something. He came back and the liter was gone. And Juice Wrld was arguing with Ali, and they said up until that point, he was relaxing, but when he got to that airport, he took more than normal perks with that liter of lean. I mean, that could be a lethal combination right then and there.
For normal people, it would be. I mean, he had a crazy tolerance. I mean, you can just see it in the music. I mean, just from a time span, having a whole fucking liter.
Oh yeah, Leroy.
Damn.
Well, I'll read this. I don't really want to, but
said very quickly, as Leroy described it, he kind of froze and asked the authorities what he could do to help his friend, whose death was later attributed to oxycodone and codeine toxicity. He was ill, and I was just sitting there panicking. I was like, what the fuck? And at first, we just thought he was having a seizure, and then blood started coming out of his mouth and nose. Then everybody obviously started freaking out and more. Then the police came to us, handcuffed us all. They handcuffed us in a line, and they was like, yeah, that's written weird, but get the fuck away from him. So basically, the police didn't even allow his friends to check on him while he was seizing, dying right there in front of him.
So his girlfriend, Juice WRLD's girlfriend, didn't get cuffed.
chill out, he's fine. But they're like, bro, he's bleeding. Like that.
Yeah,
damn,
so
that's
there's
a
an
crazy
argument
situation.
between, the friends. So it's like, you got to think about if they've seen something like this before. I mean, it said that they thought he was having a seizure. So it's like, maybe they've seen him, do this before, and they weren't processing it the same way as no, this is he's ODing.
I was wondering, do you think there's any chance that he may have known that the feds are gonna be there?
I think he did. I think he did.
I had a huge feeling that he probably knew that they were going to be there, but he probably didn't realize the ramifications of how many would actually be there to surround him and greet him. He probably thought he could just get away. There's only a couple, hey, I'm about to hurry up and just
I'm Juice WRLD. I'm gonna get the hell out of here.
But when you come there and you see that and that amount of people, it kind of bodes with excitations kind of come up. He crazy guy, flashy guy, but he was on Twitter.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like he just came out of nowhere, bro. Just fucking nowhere. Mm-hmm. I mean, quote me if I'm wrong, but he kind of just blew the fuck up before. What does everyone watch now? What are they called?
Look at me.
No. I'm talking about the app.
TikTok.
TikTok.
Yeah.
That was before TikTok, right? When he first came out?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so like that like instant gratification, that quick, like I just felt like he did that for his fans. You know what I mean? Like if you look at his fan base, like they are like die hard, like they
are.
grew up with him and shit, which is like, I mean, that's awesome. So how does that happen so quick?
And where did you come from? How did you get so
I think
like
that started like with like Mac and Wiz doing that day to day. Do you think like they were so young? I didn't realize how young Mac was when we first started watching. He was like 18, like when we were like probably 13, 14, probably 15. But coming up, like he's in that Vine generation, like all those Vines from Max.
It was Vine before TikTok.
Yeah.
6-second videos. It was
But like that instant gratification. I mean, and then YouTube
Is that
came
literally
along
the
with that
same
too.
people,
All
right?
that. I mean. Now it's all live stuff like what he's talking about. Live now. He used to
That's
not have that
even
capability.
more of a connection. Like you're not even seeing the video after I made it. You're here with me.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I feel like with X, like
So that's a big way to
like he
Spread
got
the fan base,
he
like-
got so many people just feel like they were there with him the whole entire time that he, started and created and developed his career. How did he pass? Did he OD as well?
No,
He was shot.
say he was shot. Right?
So he went to the motorcycle shop. They show his picture. This is crazy because it was all happening basically live on Twitter at the time.
See, that's what's fucking crazy too. His fans were figuring it out while it was happening.
Yeah.
But the worst part of the video is that they see his body kind of twitch, and they're just still recording and zooming in at the same time. And it's like, go get him some help, bro.
Yeah. That's today.
That's
today's
today, bro.
Society.
Instead of helping the person, you want to be the one that
Oh my gosh.
caught the.
Oh my gosh.
You had the best angle. You had the most views.
Somebody do something. That
Reminds me of that the Travis Scott concert. Like they're just sitting there, people probably just sitting there recording instead of like trying to help people.
Help other people, getting trampled on and
Because it's like they wanted to relive that moment later, maybe.
Right.
But then didn't realize it was going to be fucking something tragic. You know what I mean?
shit's crazy. Well, shit. What else did we have?
Let me grab my phone. We can talk. You see that Kyrie Irving is having that dispute with the Nets. Like I'm not sure where he's gonna go now, but
Kyrie's always.
I know.
I feel like he's ahead. I feel like he's ahead of the
He
curve.
keeps talking about
sometimes.
he's like, I wish I would have never left Cleveland with LeBron. Like I wish I would have never
Bro,
left.
I've seen some talks about him maybe going to the Lakers. So, I mean, that would be fucking
on a
dope. Get
podcast
rid of
talking
Westbrook.
about he's like, if I would never left LeBron, I'd probably be in LA already with him. Like we probably would have left
100%.
together.
LeBron would have brought him with, bro. It's fucking Kyrie. Mm-hmm. But I feel like he gets kind of affected by the media. You know what I mean? And it's
like a little bit too
outward.
much for him.
Yeah, which I mean, we were just talking about, like,
It
what the
can be
fuck would you
consuming.
do at
Yeah.
that point? Plus, I think it's even harder for athletes because it's like I gotta keep my body up to a certain degree to even do what you are
Could
so
you imagine
attracted
being a
to.
WWE superstar, like having to can like keep a huge like muscle mass on your body
Yeah.
as well as like touring every week, you know what I mean? Like and like studying and rehearsing, moves and all that. Like that's just
You wouldn't have the zero breaks,
right.
no breaks.
Signing, gotta sign.
What do you guys think this is?
Jesus Christ, we took a left turn. There's an unidentified creature spotted roaming Texas Zoo. That's a chupacabra, bruh.
That's what.
That's a standing chupacabra.
It really does look
Picture
like one.
outside of a
Though.
Texas zoo. This is a couple weeks ago, but I thought it was fucking insane how.
That does look like a chupacabra though.
That's a chupacabra.
It looks like it's got a furry neck.
Is it
Some,
looking
like,
at us or is
It's
it going?
looking at us.
He said it's looking at us.
It sees
It's got some like arms.
Why is it chilling near the zoo though?
Yeah, what is it?
Goat eater of ghosts.
Chupacabra. Yeah.
Is that the chupacabra down there? Like
That's what of a man's rendition of a chupacabra. I swear to God, this is what it looks like. Like what? Who the fuck made it?
That's it? That's a chupacabra? That's the Loch Ness
Looks
Monster?
good to
That's
me.
how it looks?
Yeah. Who the fuck? Or someone's in some weird ragdoll
Right.
suit, just fucking with people, bro. Just having a good ass time. It's 1:30 in the morning. Maybe it is someone just doing stupid shit. Made straight news. He said, "What is this?"
Zoe, have you seen the Thor 4 trailer with Christian Bale? Looks pretty badass as Gore.
The Thor Love and Thunder thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, boys.
And they
Shit
all
looks a
like
little
Marvel.
fucking stupid to me.
I like.
I'm a hater, man. I'm a hater sometimes.
Look, I didn't think Robert Pattinson would be that good as Batman, and he definitely showed that he can act.
100%. Yeah.
impressed.
I've never been a huge Thor fan. Even in Avengers, I think he's kind
This is
of.
the first one they've done like a fourth movie.
That
for, like-
looks fucking creepy, bro.
That does look
That's
creepy.
Christian Bale.
As
I'm ready
Gore
for
the
that.
Butcher.
Yeah. So what's his name in that? What is Christian Bale in
Gore
that?
the God Butcher.
Did you see? Did you see Ragnarok?
I just told you I don't like Thor.
Well, you
I
would
know,
like that one.
but that's
You
what I'm
would-
saying.
that's
Like,
the
did you
first,
didn't see Ragnarok then?
I don't think I did.
No, you should.
That would
like
be a
that
decent one to
That
watch
one's
because
a
all
very
the other Thors, in my opinion, weren't my favorite Marvel movies. To be
No,
honest,
they
with
were-
you.
they were the
But
worst ones.
Thor Ragnarok is a little bit better twist, but
Okay.
I don't know about this one. You know, I kind of curious on where it would go. You know what I mean?
It's got the Guardians of Galaxy involved somehow
yeah.
in it, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Korg.
The Conqueror.
I want to see the newest one with Gore. Oh yeah, he's in this.
Cody, could you hit me with the nicotine?
Jared, you son of a bitch.
Oh, was I not supposed to say anything?
No, I just didn't know you were consuming nicotine.
Just a little bit from time to time. I actually quit today.
He said today.
And I'm starting.
he's not wrong. I mean, stop right
You started too?
I'm starting.
Oh, but
Starting.
quit.
This is how it happens.
Yeah.
That didn't look like her. She's got like light blonde hair now.
Yeah.
Natalie Portman.
Yeah, I think she's gonna be really
Here he
good.
is.
She definitely beefing up.
Oh shit! Is this Christian Bale?
You live
Ew.
long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Yeah.
Good reference.
Okay.
It's gonna be dope. Thor ain't that good in the movies, but in the comic books, you see his mighty ability. But I feel like they limit it in the movies
I've seen
because
some
Thor is.
Some of the animated movies are they do a good portrayal of his power. I think they
Avengers Assemble on Disney Plus. That's got.
is that animated.
It's good too. It's got multiple seasons, probably like I think 4 or 5 right now, but it's got everything in it.
Oh,
Why is this funny?
Why is this? You know what I
all
mean?
the girls faint.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that.
I wasn't expecting that, man. Who's
Especially not on a
expecting that?
trailer. I was not expecting that.
This guy named Takiki Watiti directed the last two Thor. The Thor Ragnarok and then this Thor.
It's me at 6:30
Yeah, the
a.m.,
meme.
bro.
Oh.
Yeah, pooping.
Hey, Mike Jeff, if you're listening,
Mike Jeff, shout.
I just want to say, dude, I'm sorry. If you,
What'd you do?
I'm sorry. This morning you walked in on something that honestly was disrespectful. I shouldn't have let that in there.
Man, you left it in there?
Here's the thing, dude. I was praying that nobody'd come in there after me. I don't know who it was. Could have been Courtney.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
well.
No, it's just one of them ones, dude.
That's that Christian Bale.
I mean, yeah, it's that face.
that's that
what that
face.
face is.
You feel bad?
As it's coming out, it burns a little bit.
You feel bad for the next person. It's not you that you feel bad for.
No.
You know it's gonna stick to the toilet.
Oh,
I was like, do I leave the door open, let it fan out, or do I just kind of
Yeah,
close
start
it so
like-
anybody walking by doesn't?
is it the whole house
I
that gets
treat it?
affected, or
I'm
just the
sorry,
bathroom?
someone went in there. I'm sorry.
One of them.
Anyways,
Miss you, Mike.
I wanted to bring up this world's largest freshwater fish in Cambodia, dude. It's a
Oh yeah,
stingray,
yeah, I saw that.
dude.
It's a
Huge,
fish,
right?
but it's
Here,
a
let me just
stingray?
pull it up, dude.
Yeah.
No, because it's like
Oh yeah. Here.
on Insta. Or can you get it up?
Yeah.
Maybe you can. Maybe you should.
Either one.
Jared's so hesitant.
It's
Put it
yeah,
up
you
there,
can see
Jared.
it. Yeah. You can
It's
see
a
it.
big fish.
Yeah.
Who's that
It's a
fish?
stingray.
Why do you keep calling it a fish or stingray
I
fish?
know. I
He
don't
said,
know.
nah, they're not fish.
They ain't fish.
That mug prehistoric.
Anyways,
That's huge. How big is it?
said like 300.
Now it's my turn to look at the stingray. Overfishing and widespread damming. I didn't know that was a verb.
Did you guys see that Top Gun Maverick made $1 billion?
$1 billion?
Crossed $1 billion. It's a pretty good movie. I was actually very surprised. It was pretty cool.
I mean, how many times can
Jets.
Tom Cruise
I
do the
mean,
same fucking thing over and
I
over?
like Miles Teller as an actor. He's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like him from Project X.
Yeah. I feel like he was in some stuff before that. Like, I feel like he's kind of been in acting for a
I think
minute.
what else he was in.
Like, young.
Mm-hmm.
Miles Teller. Shit, what else happened? Oh, I want to bring up that Roe versus Wade. What is it?
And that mug was trending for a minute.
Bro, that's been forever, bro. From before we've even been alive, bro.
Fucking
That's a type of law that, like, it depends on, like, who's in office, where it just keeps getting, like, overturned or
Flip-flop.
switched, flip-flopped. Well, not really who's in office, but more like who's in the, like, state and the, Senate?
Who controls everything?
Yeah, who can, who, the number of blank versus Democrats versus the number of Republicans.
House.
Yeah, who's got the House?
I don't know. I
got
just
the
feel
house.
like there's a lot of things going on, like as far as like with legal changes and just, I mean, you see it with this is kind of different, but like the hours of how businesses are running and all that. And it just seems like it's ever since like COVID and all that, seems like things has kind of like changed, even though like at this point, like we're familiar with it, but I don't see it being as big as a problem as what it was when it first started and everything. But I don't understand why like there's still like, I don't know. I just feel like there's probably something kind of coming because I mean with the gun thing as well, and that's it's just like there's all kinds of different things going on right now, and I don't know, man.
This is my piece on the Roe versus Wade. I think if we're the United States of America, let the states decide on a state level.
Yeah.
But then don't make it, illegal for a woman to go to a different state to have an abortion. Like, it's not like they're getting drugs. This isn't,
Right.
you know what I mean? This
Yeah.
isn't a legal marijuana state, non-legal marijuana state.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, and I can't sit here and even act like I can say what date a woman can choose to have an abortion.
Exactly.
I can't
We
even.
aren't even females,
That's what I'm
like,
saying. I
first of
literally
all, so
can't
it's like,
make
right.
the decision.
Their argument is like the convenience of like say like us getting weed, like we gotta drive, like fuck. Do I wanna have to drive that far to like where much like some women might just have to deal with like not being able to have it, not having that ability to go to other states. Like some women obviously can, but
Yeah.
So
I don't know. It just makes another leap of having to
Something,
get that.
something that was supposed to be solved is just now a little more difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, so wasn't it like this is pretty much making it where the states get to choose whether or not these female or the
Or was it? Or is it a federal?
It's not federally protected anymore. Now states can choose. Like I saw a list of states, like there was like 10 of them probably that were now making abortions illegal. They were stopping any, like Texas, Alabama, Georgia, a couple, Kentucky. They were like stopping. They were naming off all these businesses that do abortions that they were like cease and
That's
assist
fucking
like
crazy,
operations. Like I don't know, it's crazy. Yeah, I think about. But I always like through all of this with COVID and everything, and throughout history, I've always like you hear a lot of once you give the government power, they don't give it back.
Yep, never do.
Like the what's it called? It was after 9/11. I forget what the act was called. The Patriot Act.
The Patriot Act.
So
That's
they can
what
listen
changed
to
it
our
all.
phone calls and our internet records and shit like that. Like we
For
thought
our own safety.
Yeah, and then what's the guy that fucking Snowden broke that?
yeah,
That's how we
yeah.
learned that they were actually using it to tap our fucking phones because we were just
Right.
like, oh, it's not. We didn't think that they could use it for that, but
Or that they
did.
would.
Yeah, they would.
Right.
Yeah.
And fair enough.
The
That's
government-
exactly what they're doing.
And then
Doesn't
what
always
they're
have
trying to
your-
give him, see, like that's what I'm saying, force him to have an NDA, like because you're under us, so
Yeah.
you have to sign this contract
The
that we
people need to
made.
know. The people need to know.
Yeah.
Like, and
You
he's getting in trouble for that.
Are a national terrorist right now
now that you told
For
our
spilling
secrets.
beans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
for
you said you would.
fleeing. Yeah, what's it called?
He's in Russia.
Yeah, fugitive.
Yeah. On the run.
But yeah, the
Crazy.
government, like what? The government, like who's making
The government doesn't always have your best interest.
All right, they don't. Yeah, they have one interest, and it's money.
Yeah.
It's a government. They make money. That is their whole point. You know what I mean? So it's like whatever the decision is, it's whatever helps them monetize more. So for them, this decision with the abortion things like that is just gonna create the ability for them to monetize it more easier. Because think about it, people that do have to go out of state now they have to spend money on gas, maybe staying somewhere, et cetera, expenses. Like
It's demand, like all this demand, and I think that's part of like what these stores closing. Like, okay, people are only set to these hours. Like what about people who, get off late at work? You know,
I know
what
that's
mean?
fucked up. I don't even get how that's even possible, bro.
Right.
Walmart's closing at like fucking what, like 10?
Yeah.
If there's like a work problem, I mean, wouldn't like you like open more shifts? You know what I mean, to run it or something? I don't know. Like, wasn't it? Was it 24/7?
It
Wasn't
used to be
Walmart always
24/7.
24/7? Like,
Always, bro. You could pull up to Walmart at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Stoned, bro.
problem
High
is
as fuck.
Jobs right now is jobs. Jesus, jobs not wanting to.
Jobs not wanting to. Jobs
pay-
don't want to pay jobs.
Yeah, jobs not wanting to pay people enough to
Right.
what they're worth. I guess like
Yeah.
a living wage is not what it was 5 years ago.
Not at all.
Like comparable, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess it's kind of like, yeah, like how cheap it was for like
And
our
companies are making
our
record
parents and all
profits,
that. Like it's kind of that change going on.
I was just telling Haley how much, like, you get a new iPhone now, you don't get the charger, obviously.
Right.
You know how much money Apple's made off not, I think it's like $3 billion, something like that, off not having
lot
to
of
make,
bread.
produce, and
Right.
sell, like, and then you
But
got,
you're
you ha-
still paying
you have
the
to
same
buy it,
price.
yeah, it's- they're not eating the cost anymore, you're doing it. They pass the cost off to the customer. That's,
Apple hoeing us.
you have to.
And then I pull out my iPhone.
Speaking of that, the U.S. Government's also might step in and make everything the USB-C now. Yeah.
Hold on.
Which
Whoa,
is-
whoa, whoa.
Yeah,
What
he
we
knows.
use- What we
He
use.
knows.
The light. They won't use the lightning anymore.
Yeah, they'll have the USB-C. It'll be a universal charger.
Oh, like it should have been 8,000.
Oh,
Just like
iPhone is doing-
if you got
The
this
government's
Apple
gonna
Watch,
step in and say, you got to do it. You have to make it like everyone's got to use the same.
Interesting.
Yeah. Which
I mean,
is
I'm not
nice.
mad about that
No, at
because I
all.
don't lose, but
So what do I do with all my extra charges
I do
now?
have a lot of extra chargers right now. Like,
Well,
mine's-
ours are the same. It's what you
Right.
use. That's what they're gonna go to.
I don't have an aux. Like this is my aux port is the same thing as my charging
Mine
port.
too. Yeah. It's stupid.
They're just taking it all away.
You got to get you an attachment.
Yeah,
you gotta
a
do
dongle.
Bluetooth.
That's what
The
it's
old
called.
dongle.
A
Yeah.
dongle.
In
I remember,
Ghana.
you know who told me that word first? Rib dog. Back in the day when he was
Rib dog,
explaining
we gotta get
how
rib
he
dog.
How
hooked
the
up
fuck
his like
did he know
how he
about the dongles back then, bro? That man
he was
ahead of his
explaining how to
time.
hook up his laptop to something. He's like, everything for Apple, you need a dongle. We're like, what the fuck is a dongle? He's like,
You're
oh, you
like,
know.
Rib Dog, what the fuck are you
That,
talking
You know, he said, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, shout out Rib Dog.
Rib Dog. It was his birthday not long ago, so happy birthday, right?
yeah.
Happy birthday, Rib Dog.
Happy birthday, Rib Dog. Next week, the big fights.
Big fights.
Izzy,
Name 'em off,
Israel
bro.
Adesanya versus Jared Cannonier. And then we have Alexander Volkanovski versus Blessed Holloway. It's number 3.
Number 3. This
So-
is the Trinity.
Who else is on that card?
Sean Strickland and Alex Pereira,
Yeah, that's gonna be a good one.
which they say whoever wins that's probably gonna fight Izzy next.
Yep, I heard that.
Okay.
Dylan told me that.
Alex Pereira, is that the dude that?
That's the guy that knocked out Izzy in kickboxing.
He's already there though. Like I thought he just
I don't
started.
know.
Like he's
I
he's
thought we
only-
just watched like his first
He's
fight.
got
a
a
couple
cut.
months-
Yeah, he's only got like 1 or 2 fights.
Has he really been jumping up the ranks like that? Like, I thought he had to like fight for some number one contender
UFC
spot or
politics.
something. Although Izzy has ran through that division, so
You know, I saw Habib's manager say that if Habib weighed in and fought Izzy right now, he would finish him within 3 rounds.
I saw that too. I saw that.
I don't know.
I
Maybe.
believe so.
He probably would.
Well, inside, yeah, I think he would.
Because I've heard, have you heard, I don't know if you guys know who Ed Ruth is, Penn State wrestler national champion. He's about 220-pound wrestler probably, but I guess Habib used to throw him around in the wrestling room at AKA. Which that's
Can
a
you just
national
come back,
champion
Habib,
wrestler.
please?
Oh, I've seen that video. Yeah, it's a young kid though.
No,
right?
different guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they didn't-
I
I
saw
don't
him
think they
punking
had-
on a young kid, but I know he's a good wrestler.
Yeah.
But damn, Khabib, shit.
Yeah, national champion Penn State wrestler, and he whooped his ass.
He was
bigger
actually-
than him too.
Khabib was actually at the fights last night as a coach to his cousin
Oh yeah,
fighting.
How
Yeah.
many of his cousins are fighting, bro?
Yeah.
it's like 6 evil Habibs.
I swear to God, they're all just spawning
This
out
one,
of nowhere.
they look alike too. You can definitely
Oh,
see
I
it in
heard
their
that
head,
he
like
was-
in their
yeah.
forehead.
People were
He
talking
throw a
about
weird
he's
kick.
next, right? Like people were talking
Yeah,
about
he
this
does
dude's
some
next.
some crazy kicks.
I saw one land.
Yeah, like doing some weird, like throwing it out to the side, but it's like a head kick. But it's like weird because he controls it because it's like a praying mantis. Like he kind of has it cocked and then
I got
flicks
you.
it. You know what I mean? Like flicks it at him, just catch you. You know? Yeah, yeah. There's some all right fights yesterday. There were a lot of like quick knockouts, like or just
Bro,
It's always good to see, though.
No, it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
last weekend was every fight finished. I'm pretty sure, like almost every
Oh,
one
really?
was a finish. I think
I like to see
they
that.
were all like unknown fighters, but
Yeah.
like everyone was like.
But that's always
bang,
refreshing
bang,
to
bang,
see
bang,
because you're
bang,
like
bang.
perfect. You know what I mean? Like I need to see these motherfuckers
That's
get knocked
exciting,
out.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
for
quick,
sure,
yeah.
for sure. The hell was that?
Earthquake.
I'm trying to think what else I got.
So next week will be fight night.
Number 9. 9.
9 or
9
10.
or 10.
Yeah, because this one we're working on right now is 8.
Hey Dana, pay us. Pay me, Dana. You know what the real money fight is? It's me.
That red panty night.
Red painting.
Who did Dana talk about how he was like, yeah, I could see him go fight.
Oh, Nate Diaz.
Yeah.
Logan
I was like
Paul.
low key disrespecting
Jake
Nate
Paul.
Diaz.
Jake Paul. He's like, yeah, we're not talking about anybody like.
He was low key.
Yeah, he was.
He was talking
was.
shit about
That's
Nate
what he was like. We're
Diaz,
not talking
bro.
about like someone like that's been
He
winning.
said
or whatever.
Nagano. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
He said, we're not talking about Nagano. We're talking about Nate Diaz.
Yeah.
He's like, maybe that is a fight he would want to do.
Like-
He's like, maybe he should do that match. And I'm just like, the fuck, dude? Are you acting like he's not a legend?
Right.
I don't know. Dana just seems, he's just switchy.
Yeah. I feel like right now, I mean, Nate Diaz, he's obviously a beast, but he definitely has that tendency to get his shit split open or whatever.
Yeah.
But I haven't been seeing what I wanted to out of him here lately. Like sometimes I'm like,
Same.
man, like go, like let's go, come
Yeah.
on, you know what I mean? But and he's kind of been showboating and like showing his booty at the dudes and shit. It's like, come on, man, like stop playing, quit playing.
Right. Actually fight. And then he doesn't even seem upset that he loses. So it's like, what the fuck
Yeah, I
am I
know.
even
Like,
watching at
like
this
he
point?
still won though. Like he always wins in his mind though,
Yeah.
which is like cool. That's what's cool about the Diaz brothers. But
They don't ever lose.
right, yeah, can't.
Zoe,
Not meant
you got
to.
anything else?
Shoot, I think we talked about everything I wanted to.
Yeah.
I appreciate y'all for having me on here though.
Shit, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
thanks for coming back, bro. Like, shit, it's good to see you actually here. You know what I
And,
mean?
yeah, in person.
In person, dude. Shit.
That's, I feel like, yeah, I didn't know you were doing all that, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
I didn't
straight
either.
up.
I didn't
so
either.
Right.
you being able to explain that here was fucking dope.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be on that shit. I'm gonna be watching out. I'm gonna be joining.
Sounds
Yeah, I
like
need to
it's
get more on
fun.
TikTok on yours at least. I didn't get on anybody else's.
I want to come to a motherfucking.
Oh, yeah.
I want to come to a show. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
You can pull up to any performance, G. I promise you.
Drop
it's
that
gonna be fun.
location. I'm gonna pull up.
Yeah.
That's all you already knowing. Figure out that loc. We there. But I'm telling you, it's always a show anytime.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, right on. This is episode 67. Catch you next week for another fight night. Everybody have
Big
a
one.
good weekend. Thanks for listening.
Shout out to TurnUp Zoee.
TurnUp Zoee, baby.
2 E's though.
2 E's.
All day long.
TurnUp Zoee.
Shout out Mike. Shout out Cody.